Welcome to the 100 Photos channel. We are glad to see you again and wish you a pleasant viewing of our new video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and you will also help achieve my dream of 100,000 subscribers.
RMS Titanic departing from Southampton Pier 44, April 10, 1912. Cowboys in the Sky, dubbed by a reporter during the construction boom in New York City. 1,921,930. Construction workmen cling to chains as they dangle in midair off the side of a skyscraper. A young, elated Marine dances the twist with Jane Mansfield at the U.S. Naval Station in Newfoundland in 1961. The Cornu helicopter, the first helicopter to fly. Its builder, Paul Cornu, was a bicycle maker. France, 1907. A four-wheeled cycle carriage, 1850. Steeplejacks removing the spiked crown from the head of the Statue of Liberty, New York, for renovation work before the World's Fair, 1938. A Bizarre Picture, Computers on Parade, East Germany, 1987. Passengers board a new Pan Am Sikorsky S-40, 1932. Carriage of mail by plane, 1912, Germany. President Lyndon B. Johnson drives his car through the lake on his Texas ranch on April 10, 1965. Leo Tolstoy and his wife Sophia Tolstaya on September 23, 1910. A woman standing in the doorway of an RV camper at an exhibition in London, 1927. A woman of the Ould Nail tribe, Algeria, c. 1905, photo by Leonard and Landrock. A German woman burning tons of legal paper money during the hyperinflation of German currency in the 1920s. The paper money was cheaper than wood or coal, and families used it to fuel their fires during the crisis. A Navajo Smile, 1904, photo by Edward Curtis. California lumberjacks working on redwoods, 1890s. Salvador Dali painting with his mustache, 1954, because why not? Tourists and their guides clambering up the rock slabs of a pyramid, Egypt, circa late 1800s. The ecstasy of jazz. Jazz fans aptly caught in the moment at a big J. McNeely concert, Los Angeles, 1951. Photo by Bob Willoughby. This 1936 project was proposed for making the second floor of the Eiffel Tower accessible by car. The roadbed installation during the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, circa 1936. JFK eating at the world-famous Alfredo's Trattoria in Rome, Italy, summer of 1963. Tsar Nicholas II fooling around with cousin Prince Nicholas of Greece and Grand Duke Boris Vladimirovich, 1899. Assembling the sports section of the New York Times, USA, 1942. Diving suit, 1931. Atari founders Ted Dabney, Nolan Bushnell, Fred Marincek, and Al Alcorn pose with a Pong machine, 1972. First woman cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova, presenting a badge to U.S. astronaut Neil Armstrong, 1970. The first televised debate between Democratic nominee John F. Kennedy and Republican Vice President Richard Nixon, as seen on a black and white TV, September, 1960. An immigrant family arriving at Ellis Island in 1904. Parking at the Grand Canyon, 1914. A group of breaker boys at the Woodward coal mines in Pennsylvania, 1900. This photo shows a team of horses being used to move an entire house to a new location. United States, 1900s. Marlon Brando did not memorize the majority of his lines for his role in the 1972 film, The Godfather. Actor Robert Duvall is wearing a large cue card placard for Brando. The Japanese bad boys in the 1980s did their hair like greasers of the American 1950s. Ladies having stockings painted on instead of buying them during wartime, 1941. U.S. cavalry soldiers posed in front of a tree known as the Grizzly in 1900. The tree still stands. Carl Benz on the 1885 Benz patent motor car, model No. 1, the first gas-powered automobile. Clint Eastwood on the set of Mr. Ed, 1962. Hunter brothers doing some mid-air mechanical checkups during their 23-day-long flight without landing in 1930. Over the 23 days, food and fuel were delivered to them periodically by another airplane. A family in their trailer home at Glen L. Martin Trailer Village, a farm security administration housing project in Middle River, Maryland, 1943. Gus Cafe in Waco, Texas, 1939. A lone soldier admires the beauty of the Alps on the Italian front of World War I, 1914 to 1918. Dymaxion car from 1938. Drinking and playing cards were the typical pastimes in Old West saloons, such as this one in Southern California. C. 1890 to 1900. A fisherman and his family aboard their tiny shanty boat on the Mississippi River below the railroad bridge at Louisiana, Missouri, first big town south of Hannibal, 1914. Horses or mules hauling a spruce log 30 feet in circumference, Washington, 1905. Rolleiflex camera factory workers, 1949, Germany. Photo by Walter Sanders. Farm family sitting down to supper, Claiborne County, Tennessee, 1940. Pablo Picasso in his art studio in Paris, 1944. A hired reader reads to cigar makers hard at work in a cigar factory, Cuba, 1900 to 1910. Madame Inès de Courcelles, one of the first female taxi drivers in Paris, 1909. Dust Bowl refugees heading west to start a new life, 1934. A technician doing maintenance work on the electromechanical telephones switches in the telephone exchange building at East 30th St., New York City, 1938. Simonetta Stefanelli and Al Pacino during the filming of The Godfather, 1972. Monorail crossing the English Channel, illustrated plate from the sci-fi novel The War in the Air by H.G. Wells, 1908. They built some tough trucks back then, a 1915 GMC truck hauling timber. Hoover Dam, April 1935. Rising water in the new lake had not yet reached the base of the dam's intake towers. Barber Shop, Los Angeles, CA, C, 1956. Photo by Harry Adams. Immigrants view the Statue of Liberty while entering New York Harbor aboard an ocean liner en route to Ellis Island, New York City, 1910s. Photo by Edwin Levick. Notre Dame's Cathedral. Sandbags are stacked around to protect the choir stalls against any possible damage caused by German shells. France during World War I, 1915. A tea party in 1886. Market Street, San Francisco after the earthquake, 1906. Photographed by H.C. White Co. Behind the scenes of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Construction of the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty. New York, USA 1885. Three men enjoy a drink outside one of the many Victorian pubs of London. Japanese street vendor, 1930s. What the morning commute to work looked in the 1950s. Music typewriter from 1963. J electric charging station with an electric car, c. 1911. A moment of daily life in Whitby, England otherwise forgotten, recorded forever, 1900s. Photo by Francis Meadow Sutcliffe. This behemoth of a flip cut, 1960s. It took more than 15 years to take the Statue of Liberty from concept to reality. Construction is pictured here in 1884, less than 2 years before she was completed. Traffic jam in Chicago, 1927. Relocating the Abu Simbel after the rise of water resulting from the construction of the Aswan High Dam, Egypt, 1964 to 1968. A train passes through densely packed housing along Kensal Rise, London, England, March 1921. A Breton onion seller, also known as Onion Johnny. These men were French Breton farmers who would travel door to door selling their distinctive pink onions. Photo taken in London in 1926 to 1927. Bell's first telephone, a man using Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone. Photo published in the Detroit News between 1915 and 1925. Playgrounds used to look pretty dangerous. Hiawatha Playfield, 1912. Seattle, U.S. Burger Queen, Tampa, 1950s. Engineers working at a Digital Equipment Corporation's DEC customer site on a program date, a processor PDP computer in California, 1971. Motorcycle chariots at New South Wales Police Carnival, 1936. Leonardo DiCaprio and Daniel Day-Lewis on the set of Gangs of New York 2002, directed by Martin Scorsese. IBM computer, 1960s. Shopping by bicycle in 1930. Lumberjacks working among the redwoods in California, 1915, photographed by A.W. Erickson. A wall-mount refrigerator, early 1960s. Diner along U.S. Highway No. 1 near Berwyn, Maryland, 1940. Photo by Jack Delano. Milk cart, Gordon Square, Bloomsbury, London, 1952. Tambourine vendor, Naples, Italy, early 1900s. The Bricklayer, photo taken in Germany in 1928, photo by August Sander. Ford Model T in 1910s. A grandfather teaching his grandson how to walk at Mons Honor Japanese-American internment camp, 1942. Rare, unauthorized photo inside the Supreme Court, which doesn't allow cameras. In 1932, Dr. Eric Salomon faked a broken arm to hide a camera in his cast and capture the court in session. Claudia Cardinali and Omar Sharif at the Golden Globe Awards in 1966. Top-hatted Apache leader Geronimo, sitting behind the steering wheel of Locomobile Model Cigar at the Miller Brothers 101 Ranch in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Photo by H.H. Clark, 1905. An Iowan couple on their wedding day, 1899 U.S. Fresh off the bus, waiting at the corner of Hollywood and Vine, Los Angeles, California, 1942. Photo by Russell Lee. To Apache Native American women cooking at a campfire, New Mexico, 1903. Brigitte Helm cooling off on the set of Fritz Lang's Metropolis, 1927.